30 seconds.
Long 30 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Marty Hadaway, and on behalf of the pastors and our Board of Trustees, we welcome you to Colby Memorial Temple for our Sunday service. To begin our service, Reverend Deborah Ganberg will light 3 lights symbolizing the unity of body, mind, and spirit. Thank you. And now, if you are able, please rise for the invocation. Great Spirit, in the atmosphere of your creation, thankful are we that our souls have united in the power of love to support the communication between the 2 worlds from deep within our being. We send forth our heartfelt love to the unseen world. May they know that they will always dwell in our hearts and in our minds, now and always. Amen. You may be seated. Thank you. And now it is my pleasure. I would like to invite Reverend Jerry Moore and Joy Sauger, members of our Board of Trustees, to tell us about Founders Day. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Joy Sauger, and that's Reverend Jerry Moore. He is our president of the current board, and that's it. So, in the history of spiritualism, Casadega, Southern Casadega spiritualist camp has a long history. And last year, we took opportunity to recognize some key dates that are important for us, historically and otherwise. And today happens to be one of those dates, December 18th, and it goes as far back as 1894, where we established the Founders Day, so to speak. So we thought we'd bring up the spirit in some capacity. We have a little something planned that Jim Mullen and Jerry, the Reverend Jerry Mullen will over it. But to just read a couple of lines from the beautiful handout that should have been provided to you. It does have some information about the history of the Founders Day. In 1875, George Colby, yeah, when I had an interest in many different things, experienced a vision from his principal guide, Seneca, to establish a camp for spiritualists in Portland. Colby traveled to Florida and acquired a transport name, which he held for 9 years. Interest in creating a camp grew in 1894. A large gathering of over 600 people met in the beginning, and with the donation of land by George Colby, the creation Casadega Spiritualist Camp became a reality. The charter was created and signed by the original Board of Trustees and made effective on December 18, 1894. So that's just something to begin with, and we have been in continuity since then. And if you, as you leave today, pay attention to the top of the building, it's in 1923 where this specific building was reestablished. So technically we'll be celebrating 100 years next year in 2023. So that's a big celebration. I'm going to pass the microphone to Reverend Jerry Moore from Thomas.
I insist on it. So in the other sheet that was in your handout, is titled Finder, we had Finder on Founders Day. And it was to inject a little bit of fun into this celebration that we have today. On that side, you'll see a map of the camp with little red dots indicating different locations where clues are available for you to read to answer the questions that are on the front. So it's 10 simple questions about aspects about the camp, about the founders, about little interesting factoids about how the camp was started. And we'd like you to join us in this and find out a little bit about it. And once you complete this, you can take it up to the bookstore, and the first 20 people that are able to successfully complete this, and you get a good little goodie bag. So we thank you for trying to explore along with us. George is here for a reason as well. After the service, you're welcome to come down and take a selfie with George. Bring it on onto here. And I'm always amazed every time I see that picture. What an outstanding mustache you have. So we're glad you're here. We hope that you want to fun and explore a little bit about the camp. Something we do every year.
Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce our vocalist, Jamie Osman.
If you could please stand and turn to page 186, it came upon a midnight clear. (186). Here came that glorious song of old, just bending near the earth to touch their harps of gold. Peace on the earth, goodwill to men, from heaven, gracious King. The world in solemn stillness lay to hear the angels sing. And deep beneath life's crushing load, whose forms are bending low, whose toil along the climbing way, with painful steps and slow. Look now, for glad and golden eyes come swiftly on the wing. Oh, rest beside the weary road and hear the angels sing. For all the days are hasting on, by prophet words foretold, when with the ever-circling years comes round the age of gold, when peace shall over all the earth its ancient splendors fling, and the whole world give back the song which now the angels sing. Thank you. You may be seated.
Located in the church bulletin are our declaration of principles. Please join me in reciting these principles together. We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact, scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the golden rule. Whatsoever ye would that others should do unto you, do ye also unto them. We affirm the moral responsibility of the individual and that he makes his own happiness or unhappiness as he obeys or disobeys nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul here or hereafter. We affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing contained in the Bible are divine attributes proven through mediumship. The healing prayer is located in the back of your hymnal. Please recite it with me. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and the power of God. Now, for those of you who would wish to receive spiritual healing, please take a seat along the wall and go to the next available healer. While the healers work, the rest of us will join in a guided meditation. Place your feet comfortably on the floor and your hands in your lap as you wish. At this time, let's join together in this guided meditation. Relax and get comfortable in your seat. Clear your laps, be comfortable, and close your eyes if you should wish. Your breath will be the anchor throughout this meditation, while you focus softly upon the words. You are allowing the gentle tuning of your vibration to the frequency of infinite intelligence, God, Source. Deeply breathe in and breathe out. Be easy as you find your rhythm of your body. Enjoy long, deep breaths in and out as you listen to my voice. Deeply breathe in and breathe out. It is not necessary that you concentrate. There's nothing you need to remember. You are safe and at peace. There is no one that needs you and nowhere for you to be but here and in the now. Notice that your body is getting heavier and heavier, almost as if you are a sponge soaked in water, sinking deeply into the support beneath you, heavy and relaxed. Your mind is quiet and still. Breathe and enjoy. Deeply breathe in and breathe out. You are an extension of infinite intelligence, God, Source. an extension of non-physical source energy, and you have come into this existence with great eagerness and purpose. Your intention was to explore Earth's perfectly balanced contrast with the purpose of moving life beyond what it has been before for you. Deeply breathe in and breathe out. In this moment of both time and space, you are exactly where you intended to be, and the infinite intelligence, God, source within you is so very pleased. Deeply breathe in and breathe out. Your life continually calls for expansion through you, and all life benefits from the important part that we all individually play. Deeply breathe in and breathe out. As you relax and deeply breathe, you can appreciate the love that infinite intelligence, God, source, feels for you in this very moment in time. Appreciation for your physical world, for all its diversity, and for the stream of never-ending desires you continually have. Deeply breathe in and breathe out. Before your birth into this physical body, you understood the importance of the contrasting diversity on planet Earth. You jumped in eagerly to explore the variety and to enjoy the expansion you knew would be called through you. Your life is unlimited in every respect, enjoying absolute continuing abundance, enjoying perfect well-being. Deeply breathe in and breathe out. Your life is supposed to feel good for you, for there is nothing you cannot be, do, or have. You have deliberately chosen it as the platform from which so much more will follow. The appreciation that infinite intelligence, God, source, feels for you never-endingly will wrap you in a warm blanket of worthiness, if you will allow it to be. Deeply breathe in and breathe out. Your life is serving you well and is providing the basis of expansion, exactly as you knew it when you decided to come into this amazing existence. Deeply breathe in and breathe out. A conscious awareness of how it all works. Everything is always working out for you. Everything is always working out for you. Even when it doesn't look or seem to be, everything is always working out. Infinite intelligence, God, Source, is always listening to your desires and your dreams, allowing for your abundant well-being. Deeply breathe in and breathe out. You feel expansive and eager and are desiring more and more with every new discovery and each new place you stand. The expansive feeling of more continues to call you and refresh you. Your world is continually expanding and steadily growing and refreshing. We're finding balance. Every step of the way is normal and real. Deeply breathe in and breathe out. Be easy about your life and feel the appreciation of exactly who you are. With the goal of happiness and joy, you allow wonderful things to naturally flow to you. Each day you will find more clarity, more stamina, more eagerness. Each day you will remember who you are and why you chose to come into this existence. Deeply breathe in and breathe out. We are all co-creators within a diverse universe. All that is benefiting from your existence. There is great love for you. You are never alone. There is great love for you all around you, always and forevermore. And now, when you are ready, breathing in and breathing out, open your eyes. Welcome back, lovely ones. Welcome back to Colby Memorial Temple. Right. I would like to thank our healers today. We have Reverend Deborah Ganberg, Jackie Arnold, Darlene McCormick, Coquette Cruz, and Reverend Steve Adkins. Thank you to all our healers. And now I would like to introduce again our vocalist, Jamie Osman.
If you can stand and turn to page 192, the first Noel. Feedback. The first Noel, the angel did say, was by shepherds. We're a little bit behind. In fields where they lay keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 Noel. Born is the King of Israel. They looked up and saw a star shining in the east beyond them far, and to the east it gave great light, and so it continued both day and night. Noel, 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 Noel. Born is the King of Israel. This star drew nigh to the northwest, o'er Bethlehem it took its rest, and there it did stop and stay right o'er the place where Jesus lay. Noel, 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 Noel. Born is the King of Israel. Entered in those wise men three, most reverently upon their knee, and offered there in his first presence both gold and myrrh and frankincense. Noel, 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 Noel. Born is the King of Israel. Thank you. You may be seated.
And now it is my honor to introduce our speaker for this morning. She is a medium in the camp and a healer and a reverend. And she is my CE, my certified evaluator, who I hold very near and dear to my heart. Get me through this program. And I don't mean the church service, I mean the whole thing. So it is my honor and privilege and pleasure to introduce to you Ms. Reverend Judy Cooper.
Good morning. I have no doubt she'll get through the program. There's always one of these. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. When I was thinking about what to speak on this morning, a lot of questions came to my mind. One of the questions is about the words we use. We have certain words that we overuse in our language constantly. And with these words, we're not always aware of some of the meanings behind these words. And so when I was thinking about it, one of the words that came up, and I'm guilty of using it, is absolute. How many of you use that? When somebody says something, you want to say absolute, absolutely, okay? Well, according to science, there's no absolutes, so I'm not sure exactly what we're asking for here, okay? All right, another word that I feel is overused is the word like. Okay, there's many meanings to the word like. It's like, see, like, okay. We can use it as a word that means we enjoy something. Or we can use it as a word of comparison. So when we use the word like, we need to be a little bit aware of what we're doing. You know, it's like, well, he's like his mother. Okay, what are we saying there? We like that, or we're comparing. So there's some energy behind all these words that we need to be aware of. One of the words that's funny to me, and to me it's a generation word, is the word dope. Okay? For some of us in the 60s, 70s, the 80s, totally different meaning than what the meaning is today with the kids. The first time I heard one of my grandchildren say, "Wow, that's dope," I thought, what? Okay. And today it means cool. It means a good thing. Okay. But then I just used another word that opens up another can of worms. Cool. What's the meaning behind cool? Are you chilly? Are you in agreement with that word? Or do you appreciate it? What is that? So the way words have evolved are very unique within the English language, but in all languages. Okay. Now, when I was thinking about that, I was thinking about a certain word that comes to my mind during this time of year. Anybody guess what that word is? No? I'll tell you. The word peace. We use that word quite a bit all year long, but during this time of year, we use it an awful lot. Peace is one of those words that, like the word love, is overused in our society. Now, we've come to accept the word love as an action. Okay. Not everybody feels that way, but in general, we feel it's an action. So what is the word peace? Is it an action? Is it an emotion? Is it an attitude? What is it? When we say to someone, go in peace, just what are we wanting for them? Or when we say something about peace be with you, what are you giving to them? And what is the meaning behind some of the songs we sing, like Peace in the Valley? Okay. Or the statement in the song that the peace that passes understanding. What is that? There's so much to the word peace. At the end of our service, every Sunday, we sing the song, Let There Be Peace. What are we asking for? Does anybody have a real definition of that out there today? I don't think so. I don't think so. So when I started researching this, first thing I thought about, well, the Bible says, peace be with you. Okay. What is coming to you when you're asking for somebody to have peace be with you? Okay. A lot to think about in these words. There are many quotes about peace. L.B. Johnson says that peace is a journey of 1,000 miles that must begin with one step. Okay. That we can sort of understand. It has to begin with one step. But what's the results in that? Martin Luther King Jr. stated, peace is not merely a distant goal that we seek, but it's the means by which we reach that goal. Okay. And he mentioned that in many of his lectures, many of his speeches. Okay. And if you've noticed, each of these things that quotes I've mentioned so far, well, let me tell you one more. J.F. Kennedy wrote, peace is a daily, weekly, and monthly process. Okay. But if you've noticed in each of these quotes, there's one thing in common. They're all involving a form of action, just like we've come to think about the word love. Peace is an action. So when we're asking for people to have peace or to have peace within ourselves, it's an action. It's an attitude. It's emotion. It's all those. Peace can be defined in many other words. I always go to good old Webster, Maryland, or the other one, wherever you want to go. Google, you have to watch. Google doesn't always give you the good definitions. Peace can be defined as tranquility, quiet, freedom from a disquality that is obsessive, which is emotional, a state of calmness. Again, that word has many meanings when I pick up a word here. We can say that without understanding of its meanings, we're not sure what we're asking for or what we're going to receive. Now, tranquility is a steadiness, tranquil, an attitude of tranquility, of concord, quietness. Quiet is a Latin word, which means set free. Okay. Now keep in the mind that we're focusing on the word peace. Peace, to be set free. To be in concord with means harmony. All of us want harmony in our lives. All of us want that, a calmness. Concord is from a Latin word that means heart. Okay, so the heart is effective when we're wanting whatever that result of is in peace. Now here we take a different slant, because peace is also defined by the word calm. Calm is from a Greek word, okay, here we go, meaning burn. That's what I did. I went back and read it and said, burn. Okay. And going one step further, the word burn can be defined as transformation from exposure to heat. Now think about that. Think about what you're asking for other people and yourself. So, to achieve peace that passes that understanding for ourselves or for somebody else, what we actually are asking for is to have a steady, and you might say balanced, heart as we begin transformation, giving us a heart that will give off light as we travel our spiritual path. Any type of heat will give off a certain light. It can't always be measured with the eye, but there is the heat there. There is that light. So peace is not the removal of life's difficulties. Okay. But the hormonal and steady quietude that we can achieve in our lives. Okay. In some ways, you can say staying in the moment. And as spiritualists, we say that over and over again during the week. We need to stay in the moment. We need to stay in the moment. But that is a way to achieve this peace that we're looking for. Eric Fromm said, the task that we must set before ourselves is not to feel secure, but to be able to tolerate insecurity. Okay. We go through life waiting for all these conditions around us to be perfect. And then we can be at peace. Then we can be happy. But that's not where that peace comes from. Through this world, we have an ample, not an apple, but we can have an apple, but an ample opportunity to gain insight to ourselves, which will lead us to the real meaning of peace, that finding what's inside of ourselves. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, nothing can bring us peace but ourselves. Ourselves. Francis Fenelon stated, peace does not dwell in the outside things, but within the soul. Within that soul, within that inner being of self. Sir Arthur Kent wrote, the course of human history is determined not by what happens in the skies, but what takes place in our hearts. Now, when we go back to some of these definitions, if you put them all together, you can't get away from the heat. You can't get away from the change. You can't get away from the heart. They all work together to achieve what we want in our lives is peace. Now, I want you guys to think about a few things. Look around you at the conditions in your life. Look around. Okay? Now, what condition in your life causes you the most unrest, the most stress, the most unhappiness or strife in your life? What is that? Usually it falls under the category of some form of judgment. Whether it's judgment from those outside of us, or judgment from ourselves, judging ourselves too harshly, using other people's attitude towards us to judge ourselves, comparing ourselves to other people, or comparing other people to us, because it's a two-way street. If we are overcritical with other people, okay, that means most of the time people are going to be overcritical of us. When I teach class, I always say, when you're giving messages or counseling, you always see a mirror behind the person you're speaking to, because everything you give out there can resonate to yourself. Everything. So it's very important to watch how we use these words and to investigate a little bit about the real meaning of these words. Now, if I hadn't gone to the dictionary and found the word calm and realized that the definition of calm is based on a Greek word that means to burn, I would have never realized that every situation I can be transformed in, and each one of us can be, if we see it as an opportunity to grow, to have that light that transformation will give us. And by giving it to us, it gives other people a glimmer of the light. So there's a growth that comes with the word peace. It's an action. Okay. It isn't sitting back there and meditating and saying, okay, I'm at peace. Yeah. No. It's saying that no matter what situation comes around, I'm going to look inside myself and make a conscious decision to let that situation transform me, give me the light of the higher consciousness of that spiritual growth that all of us, whether we want to admit it or not, all of us here today, sitting in this temple or even online, wherever you're at right now, have the desire to transform ourselves to a higher spiritual level. And when we can look at that and say, yes, that's my purpose. My purpose isn't to run out there and clean everybody's yard. That's just to keep us from focusing on ourselves. Our purpose is to have that spiritual growth. As Reverend Atkins mentioned in Lyceum this morning, it's our personal responsibility to self if we want the peace. At the end of the service every Sunday, we sing the song, Peace Be With Us. Peace begin with us. Let it begin with me. Absolutely. That's the only place that the peace can be achieved, is with each individual. Because that individual energy then groups with other individual energies, and it will grow. It will grow. So I say to all of you that we are able to achieve peace when we recognize the only lasting and true peace is not outside ourselves, but within ourselves. But to cultivate from within, we need to have a balanced attitude towards all experiences. And that balanced attitude is that it is for our benefit, even through what we would consider the difficult times, to see that there is a higher purpose. There is a higher energy if we will recognize our own personal need to have that energy, that growth within ourselves. So with this time of year, we can sing all the songs, we can say all the nice little lyrics, but remember, no matter how difficult things may seem, it's up to you to have the peace and the joy and the happiness that this season actually means. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Judy Cooper. That was wonderful. There's a lot of power in words. All right. During our musical interlude, we will be passing the basket. We thank you in advance for your generosity. And now I introduce our vocalist, Jamie Osman.
Well, I'm tired and I'm weary, but I must go on till the Lord comes and calls me away. Oh, yes. Well, the morning so bright, and the lamp is a light, and the night is as black as the sea. Oh, yeah. There will be peace in the valley for me someday. There will be peace in the valley for me, oh Lord, I pray. There'll be no sadness, no sorrow, no trouble. I see there will be peace in the valley for me. Now listen, the bell will be gentle, and the wolves will be tame, and the lion will lay down by the lamb, and the beast from the wild shall be led by a child, and I'll be changed from this creature I am. Oh, yes. There will be peace in the valley for me someday. There will be peace in the valley for me, oh Lord, I pray. There'll be no sadness, no sorrow, no trouble. I see there will be peace in the valley for me. One more time. There will be peace in the valley for me.
Thank you, Jamie Osmond. That was amazing. And now, Infinite Spirit, please allow the generosity of all to be used for the greatest good and expansion of the camp. Please allow us to honor the 100+ years of history that has deepened the spiritual connection felt by so many around the world. Amen. All right, now we have announcement time. Yay, announcements. I feel like the little thing ought to be ticking across the stage here. Announcements. Next Wednesday, our message bearer for our demonstration of spirit service will be Nora Stewart. That's the Wednesday night message service. Next Sunday, Christmas, our guest speaker is Joy Sauger with a special Christmas concert with musician Damian Bonazzoli. He's a marvelous guitarist. Sure to come and see him play. He's wonderful. There will be no Sunday Lyceum on Christmas morning. All right. As for every other Sunday, we do have adult Lyceum, also known as Sunday School, from 9:30 to 10:15 a.m. in the Colby Temple. And as I mentioned earlier, not this Christmas, however. To participate in absentee healing, please print the name and the first initial of a loved one, a friend, or a pet in our healing book located at the left corner of Colby Temple. Flyers for camp events are on the back of the temple. We have an activities calendar and church bulletin in your hymnal for you to take home or to give to a friend. Let's see, and for today's events, I was just going to say the Becoming a Spiritualist this evening by Robin Mattatino is canceled. So today is Founders Day. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to have what our president, Reverend Jerry Moore, described about our 10 clues and 10 questions and a prize at the bookstore. All right. And now I will introduce to you again our amazing vocalist, Jamie Osman.
If you can stand and turn to page 140, Peace Like a River. Figured I'd get the Christmas. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got love like a fountain. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. You may be seated.
All right, let's see where we're at. And now I will welcome our message bearer to the platform, Reverend Judy Cooper.
Here I am again. Okay, let's see where I'm going. I'm going to come over here to this gentleman in the brown shirt over here. Thank you. When I get into the energy around you, I have a lot of spirit energy just knocking on the back of your back, like at the back of your head. So you've been feeling a lot of pushes. But I have one gentleman speaking up, and I feel like this is on the father side of the house, and he's saying, don't do like you always do. Don't do like he did. He said, be a little bit more particular about where you're wanting to go in the next 6 months. Okay, he's also handing you a pad and a pencil and saying, write down these thoughts. Because you've been getting a lot of thoughts lately, he's saying, write them down. He wishes that he had have been a little bit stronger in his life than he showed. Okay, but he is saying to you, you have the strength, but write things down for you. It'll help you clear up some of this pushing you're feeling from spirit on the other side. I'll leave that with love and blessing. Let's see if my voice holds out. May I come to you right here in that pretty, no, right next to you. All right, the energy I feel you around you today is from the mother side of the house. And what she's saying to you is that it's time for you to make the decision. You've been procrastinating, and the timing is right. Okay, because once you make this decision, all those doors that you've been worrying about will be open. Okay, she was a little bit hesitant in certain times in her life, and she is telling you that when she hesitated, she had to clear up messes she didn't need to clear up if she'd have moved on it in the very beginning. And so she doesn't want you to procrastinate it any longer. Okay, the year 2023 for you is actually going to be a year of clarity, is what she's saying. It'll make sense to you what you've gone through, is what she just said. So I'll leave that with love and blessings. Okay, I think I can do one more. Everybody looks so solemn. Smile. I'm going to come to the lady that did smile first. Right there. No, that you smile first. She beat you. I know. Well, luckily we have Grove service. Okay, when I come to your energy, okay, you can't be everything to everybody, is what I have this woman from your mother's side coming through. Okay, I'm not sure this was your mother though. This is from your mother's side of the house. Okay, so this could be a grandmother and aunt energy. Okay, because she's coming in there saying that I think this is your grandmother, and she's saying to you that she tried to be everything and it exhausted her. Okay, she's wanting you to, okay, it's so funny because she's saying, take the, I don't know if she cooked, but she's showing me, actually it looks like a piece of fruit cake. Okay, she says, take the piece of fruit cake and enjoy all the morsels that are in it without questioning about the morsels that are in it, which tells me that you can be a little picky about where you put your energies. She's enjoying the reading, whether you are or not. Okay, but she's wanting you to enjoy the whole fruitcake instead of saying, oh, I got to pick this out because I don't really like it, because she's saying you're losing some of the benefits of what you're going through by being extremely oversensitive to certain situations. So I'll leave that with love and blessings. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Judy Cooper. Wonderful messages. We would like to remind everyone that we will have our afternoon message service today, and it starts at 12 p.m. right here in the Colby Temple. This is where a group of mediums and student mediums will be giving spirit greetings to as many individuals as they can reach during the 30 minutes. Everyone is so very welcome to attend. We encourage you to visit our bookstore today, which is open 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday. And on Sunday, 11 to 6 or 5. I'm not sure. 11 to 5. Okay. Thank you. All right. Let us rise for our closing hymn, Jamie Osborne.
If you can turn to page 203, let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be with God our Creator. Children all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And now may we go forth in the certainty of faith, in the knowledge of love, in the vision of hope, and in our being, may we be blessed with all good things on this day and forevermore. Amen. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your Sunday. I'm trying to turn the mic up, but I'm not gonna molest it. I'm molesting the microphone. I feel like I'm grabbing my boyfriend, but that's another story.
Don't molest. I'd rather grab my.
Me too, me too.